Okay, so how are you guys? Cool. I'm a little tired too. So I'm going to go through. I finally was able to go through and do my markups on all of your LinkedIn profiles over the course of the weekend. So I'm going to go through and kind of talk about again what I want you to do for your LinkedIn profiles. That's worth 100 points towards your grade, and it's due by the end of the semester. So sorry it took me so long. Now you have your marching orders on what you need to do for that, and I'll go through that in class. And then basically we're going to be done. I have a couple questions to ask the Condors team to update my records on how things are going, and then Jennifer is coming. I just got a text saying Evelyn's not going to be able to be here, but Jennifer will be here at 7:30 to talk about more specifically what are we doing next for logistics, what are we doing next for the web page, to talk about the edible garden. So most of the class will be done about 7:30, and then the edible garden team will stay a little bit longer to talk with Jennifer. Okay, so let me open up LinkedIn profiles. You have to open it up in Adobe Acrobat. You see it? Yours is actually, because you're in 3400, yours is in the 3400 folder. So I have to send that email still. There's a separate link you have to click on.
Got it.
Okay, so I sent everybody a link in here. I just sent the email before class started with a link to a folder on Google Docs. So when you click on that link, this is what will open up. There's PDF documents in here for everybody in the class. Now, if you are also in my 3400 class, your profile is in the 3400 folder. And Allison, since you're also in 4000, yours is going to be in the 4000 folder. So I need to send out the other two emails still, but basically you're going to have a link to a folder. You open up the folder, and you're going to find a document with your name on it. Open it up and make the edits that I said. So, Daniel, I'm going to use you as the example, just because randomly I clicked on yours first. You'll notice here, after you double-click, it opens up a document with some little yellow sticky things. Those are my comments. However, in order to read them, you can't read them in the preview here. You have to actually download and open the document up using Adobe Acrobat. Okay? So once you open the document using Adobe Acrobat, you can actually read my comments. And a lot of the comments are similar theme. So I'm going to go over what the common comments were and show you how to make those edits, and then we're done. And it's going to take a really long time to open because. Wow, this is taking a really long time. There we go. Okay, so once you open it up in Adobe Acrobat, and if you're using your phone for stuff, you may actually have to you may have to open it on a laptop or a desktop. Sometimes I've noticed that the phone, you can't read the comments, but you'll see there's little yellow sticky notes that I put into your document. And if you just bring your cursor over the sticky note, it'll tell you what the comments were. You can also click on the sticky note, and it'll hold out the comments in a little call-out box. So basically, if you don't have a picture in the upper left-hand corner, you need to add a picture. That's the first thing. If any of you are uncomfortable putting a picture of yourself for some reason, you can put a logo, a stylized image, a cartoon character, but you need to have some kind of image in the upper left-hand corner. So that's the first thing that I've commented on for a lot of you. Second thing is you need a summary section. So if you haven't written a summary section, you need to. I'll show you in a second how to add that. You need to put a summary in and talk about who you are as a professional. So, are you a marketing professional? Are you a sales professional? Are you a petroleum industry professional? Are you a accounting professional? It all depends on where you want to go next with your career. So you can call yourself a professional from a certain industry. You can call yourself a professional with a certain skill set. But I want you to write a summary saying X type of professional with Y number of years experience. Okay, you can put anything else in there you want. Marcella, yes?
I have a question. My example is just say before my newest job, I had banking experience, so it related to sales, it related to customer service. Now I'm in the accounting field, and that's what I want to continue doing. How should I approach it?
I would say accounting and finance professional with X number of years of experience in accounting, customer service, sales, and whatever, period. Does that make sense? I would call yourself an accounting and finance professional, but then I would say X number of years of experience in these different fields. So the summary section, I want everybody to have a summary section focused on the career that you want to go into going forward. So in order to add that summary section, if I go over here and open up LinkedIn, where's LinkedIn? I guess I'll just type it in. Is it? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh well. I got it here too. So this is what your profile will look like in order to edit things. And you'll see, like I talked about earlier in the semester, right below where your face and name are a bunch of buttons that you can click on to add various things to your profile. So for mine here, it says volunteering experience, volunteering opportunities. If you don't, one of these will say summary. Okay? If you haven't added a summary already, one of these little buttons will say summary. If it doesn't show up here, you need to click on view more, and that'll open up all of the buttons that are possible. One of them will say summary on it. Click on that button and give yourself a summary that talks about you overall as a professional. And make sure that it has a number of years of experience in there. For those of you who have not really done any job per se in your life yet, you still have 4 years of project-based experience. You've been an undergrad for 4 years now. You've been doing projects in your classes. That is called project-based experience. So even if you don't have a job history, you've basically been a student or an athlete the entire time, and there's not really a job history that you have to place on your resume, you still can say 4 years of project-based experience because you've been working on various academic projects over the 4 years that you've been an undergrad. So no matter what, I want everybody to have a summary section that says X type of professional with Y number of years of experience. You can add anything else you want to the summary section as well, but I want at least that sentence saying X type of professional with Y number of years of experience. Any questions about that? Okay, should be pretty straightforward. The next comment I had here was jobs with deliverable accomplishments. So A lot of you haven't listed any job history. If you don't have a job history, I want you to put one record which says student, Cal State Bakersfield, 2014 to 2016 or 2012 to 2016. And you're going to describe the projects that you've done, either athletically or academically. You're going to describe those projects as if being a student were your job for the last 4 years. If you have had jobs, then I want those jobs listed in the experience section. Yes, Alyssa?
If we've had a lot of jobs, do we put all of them or just pick some?
I'd put all of them, personally. I've put all of my jobs in my record, even though they go back 20 years at this point. But as long as you... Well, let me say this. There have been times I have not put all my jobs. I put all of my real jobs that I've had since graduating from undergrad at this point. If I had done this exercise when I were in your position, I would put every job that you've had.
Okay.
So there have been some times that I waited tables in the past. That's not in my profile
Not now.
anymore.
Yeah.
Not now.
Okay.
But if you only have 3 or 4 jobs, list them all. So you need to list the jobs. That'll also be a button that you can click underneath your face and name area. If you have not added any jobs yet, I believe that button says experience, and that'll allow you to add jobs. I don't want you to just add the job, though. I want you to add the job, and I want you to add to describe deliverable accomplishments that you've had in that job. So, Alyssa, what's one of the jobs that you're going to list?
Well, I was a server.
Okay, so the server where?
Cali Comfort Barbecue.
Okay, so server Cali Comfort Barbecue. That'll be at the top of the title, and then the description will say server responsible for greeting and serving customers and maintaining good quality food service, period. Deliverable accomplishments include the following, : and then you're going to have little bullet points underneath there. Greeted approximately 20 customers per day. Was responsible for sales revenues of approximately $1,000 per week. Was responsible for maintaining inventory worth approximately $5,000. I mean, most server jobs, Daniel, hang on one second. Most server jobs, at least the ones that I had, whenever you go to the back of the house, you got to make sure that the cheese isn't falling over, and you got to make sure that things are clean, and sometimes you help with the dishes. You are responsible for maintaining the inventory in the store, even if that's not really your job title. And that inventory has a dollar value. So if you estimate, the cheese is probably worth $5, and there's 100 items in the fridge. If they're each worth $5, that's $500 worth of inventory. You ballpark these estimates in your mind. Does that make sense? Daniel, what was your question going to be?
Say you can come up with 20 accomplishments or something. Is there ever a time you should limit how many you put, or just kind of pick out the best ones? Or
I'd limit it to 5 or less.
Okay, so the top 5.
Yeah, for any one job. Now, if you have 5 jobs, you can list 5 accomplishments per job.
For me, I basically help my dad run the family business.
Yeah.
And I'm a jack of all trades, so I do lots of stuff. So
yeah, I'd limit it. If that's the only job you've had, I'd go up to 10.
Okay.
But at a certain point, if you go over double digits, it becomes kind of long and laborious to read.
Because not everybody's going to read it.
Yeah. So if that's your only job, I'd go up to as many as 10.
Okay.
But I wouldn't go over that.
Thank you.
No problem. Other questions about? Yes, Maricela.
One of my jobs was with a bank, and I started off as a teller.
Uh-huh.
And then I advanced in my position. Is that an accomplishment, or how would or do I split up those two positions?
I would split it into 2 different jobs. I would list one as, what bank was it?
Wells Fargo.
So, no, Wells Fargo's a great bank. They've had some troubles, but
Not right now.
They've had some troubles, but
The trouble district, yeah.
but
I know
it's okay. So yeah, I would list teller. This date to this date, and then what were you, loan officer next, and then I would list loan officer Wells Fargo separately. So you're going to have two different entries for Wells Fargo that have different titles. Okay. Other questions about job experience and deliverable accomplishments? Okay, that's the next common theme that I've had in my markups on a lot of your profiles. The last thing is that I want you to add academic projects and courses to your education background. So everybody has at least one project to add. That's the project you're working on in this class. So if I were filling this out for Maricela, for example, or actually Daniel's on the same team. So if I'm using your profile as an example already, I would go in and add a project that says Condor's ticket promotion, management 3450. Together with a team of 10 teammates, was responsible for selling over 100 tickets to a Condors game, generating approximately $2,000 in revenue. Period. Like it depends on how many we end up selling, but we sold 170 last time. The tickets are $17 a piece on average, so you can do the math. If we sell over 100 times 1,700 is roughly $2,000 in revenue. So for each of you, your project for the Condors will say, together with 10 teammates, worked on a project to promote ticket sales for a Bakersfield Condors game, Bakersfield Condors hockey game. Sold over 100 tickets, resulting in roughly $2,000 in revenue for the Condors organization, period. And then the way that you add that project is you go in again to LinkedIn, and one of these little boxes below your face is going to say projects. Okay? Click on the box that says projects, and it's going, once you do that, hang on one second here. Once you do that, it's going to open up a screen that looks like this. Name, occupation, project URL. So as an example for the Condors project, Bakersfield Condors ticket promotion. And then under occupation, this is going to list all of your jobs and all of your education entries. So you're going to go in and select the one that says Cal State. So Cal State Bakersfield. You're going to just choose the date when we started this course. So August 2016. And then in the description area, like I said, you're going to type something to the effect, together with 10 teammates, responsible for a project promoting ticket sales for the Bakersfield Condors hockey team. Sold. Oops. That's nice, huh? If you want, you can actually look at the code inside these things and edit it, but that's a little beyond the skill set of this class. I hit the wrong button by accident. Sold over 100 tickets representing roughly $2,000 in revenue for the organization. and then save. Move on to the next project. So a lot of your classes are not like mine, where you're working on a project for an organization outside of school. In the case of other classes, I want you to describe your homework as if it were a job. So, we're going to have a test in here at the end of sometime before the end of the semester. There is a test in here to make sure that you learn the stuff from my lectures. It'll be online. You take it whenever you want before the end of the semester. But if you described that as a job rather than a homework assignment, you would say, learning retention exam, management 34, learning retention exam, small business management. Participated in an examination covering 8 major topics of small business management, including blah, 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 the 8 areas that I list in the syllabus, achieved a score of 93%, period. So for any class you've had, even if you're taking a test or you're doing a quiz or you're handing in a paper, that is a lot like a job. And I want you to describe some of the things that you're most proud of in your 4 years of your education as projects, and attach them to your courses, or attach them to your degree. Does that make sense to everybody in here? Other questions about that?
If we already
Daniel.
have like a senior sem, would that be worth putting on there?
Yeah. I would definitely include senior sem. Other questions about academic projects? It's pretty straightforward. So finally, I also want you to attach courses to your education. So some of you have actually gone in to the description section of the degree and typed, senior seminar, small business management, etc. I don't want you to put it here, okay? I want you to do it in a different way. So up at the top again, there's going to be a button that says classes or courses, okay? Click on that button, and it's going to open up a screen that looks like the following. Excuse me. It's going to open up a screen that looks like this. So you're going to type, if for this class, for example, you're just going to type in small business management 4000 or 343450. And again, you're going to attach it to your degree that you got from Cal State Bakersfield, and then click Save. I'd like you to add at least 10 courses. You don't have to put every course you've taken. You're welcome to if you want. But I would choose the courses that you're most proud of. So when in my that's going to be the core business classes you've taken. Small business management like this, senior seminar probably. But hey, perfect timing. But it's also, when I was an undergrad, I took my main major was German history, so if I listed courses, it would have been, history 2010, modern German history, history 3450, history of the American West, blah, 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 blah. That would have been what my course list looked like. But I took other classes outside of the history department too. I took an organizational behavior class that I thought was fascinating. So even though that wasn't my major, I would have included that as well because I thought it was a really cool course. I took a class on Zen Buddhism, that was a really cool course to me too, kind of made me a well-rounded individual. So I would include that too because I was proud of the work that I did in that class. So include the classes that you're most proud of and that you would like to tell somebody, yeah, I took this class. I'm glad I did. So include those courses and attach them to your degree. Any questions about that? So you need to, yes? Crystal.
So if I put description, created a marketing plan, then instead of keeping it in my description, I should put that as just marketing course. Can I erase that from?
Yeah, like the project that you're doing for here,
No,
or for your marketing class.
I just had it as a description under like the state.
Uh-huh.
So should I just put marketing on my courses and remove the description? Because I did do that.
Yes, I take it out of the description, but I put it in as a project
Oh, okay.
that you did. Created marketing plan for this class. Had 8 major elements, 20 pages, whatever.
Okay.
Whatever metrics. Does that make sense? Okay. Other questions about LinkedIn profiles?
Yeah,
Yes.
mine wasn't on there.
That is because you're also in the 3400 class.
Okay.
So I'm going to send another link with for the 3400 students. And like I said, if you're also in my entrepreneurship class, your profile is not going to be in the email I just sent. I'm going to send another one later tonight for 3400. Your profile will be in there. And then Alyssa and Brent are both in my my Management 4000 class too, so they're actually in there. But everybody else, Stephen, anybody in here that's in my entrepreneurship class, your profile will be in that email.
Cool.
Okay?
Thank you.
Any other questions about LinkedIn profiles? Cool. So the last thing I need to do before Jessica is able to... God, I did it again! I'm so sorry, Jennifer.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry. J vowel double consonant, just like you said. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Jennifer, hang on one second, okay? I got one more thing to do, and then you got the stage.
That's fine.
Okay, so I need to update things for the Condors project. So,
Are you finished with LinkedIn?
what's that?
Are you finished with the LinkedIn?
Yes, I'm finished with LinkedIn. So I can actually close that. And I can turn this off. And I can stop recording.